It's a controversial South Park season focused on TDS, and folks, guess what? The next episode delayed yet again. We've never seen this sort of thing out of Trey Parker and Matt Stone in 27 years. What if we told you that maybe it's Paramount, maybe it's CBS, Comedy Central that said the next one wasn't coming out when they thought it was? Hello, folks. Welcome back. It's a dandy of a day. We're happy that you've come our way. Welcome to the channel that keeps you ahead of the culture curve. And today we're talking about whether or not CBS, Skydance, Paramount, maybe the Ellisons told Trey Parker and Matt Stone, no, the episode as we see it will not air. Maybe they dare not go into what's been happening with the season, and especially following the tragedy. We'll give you the analysis you need to know. Drop a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts on South Park, and click the like button. Here we go. There's another week without South Park, and we bet we know why it's happening. Folks, we're going to have a little bit of rumor and speculation in this one, but it's not a far step from what we already know. Let's dive in right now. James Hibbert has this from The Hollywood Reporter. South Park to skip another week as creators issue last-minute statement. The Comedy Central series is skipping an additional week as Trey Parker and Matt Stone release a comment. Well, this has not happened very often in the before, maybe only one time before. South Park is taking an additional week off. The Comedy Central series is skipping yet another week with the cable network releasing the news on Wednesday, September 17th, the same day as the new episode was supposed to air. This time, however, the news came with a rare statement from creators Trey Parker and Matt Stone. Let's scroll down and see if we've got it. Nope, we'll have to read it. There's a cute little thing where it's got the South Park font. But here's what it says. Apparently, when you do everything at the last minute, sometimes you don't get it done. This one's on us. We didn't get it done in time. Thanks to Comedy Central and South Park fans for being so understanding. Tune in next week. The move follows the show shifting from a weekly to bi-weekly schedule this season, which I don't think was planned originally, but they had to do it. The episode was particularly anticipated as it was the first one scheduled in the wake of conservative activist Charlie Kirk being assassinated. The reason for drawing a connection between those two seemingly desperate events is that South Park has been mocking President Trump heavily during its 27th season, and during its second episode, parodied Charlie Kirk specifically. So many have wondered how the Comedy Central series would do the next episode coming up. Okay, so here's what we got to wonder, people. This is what we're hearing, but I want to be very careful when I say that this is what we're hearing. This does not come from a source that we can fully go with just quite yet. No offense meant, but we're hearing that it's possible that an episode was done and that Paramount Skydance said, no, do it again. We're not doing this one. I don't know if that's true. I don't know how far along it was, but changes are going to be made, maybe. And I don't remember this happening before, guys. It's happened now twice, back to back recently. Marvin, your thoughts on South Park and what's going on over there as they try to figure this thing out? Some people, Marvin, let me just throw this in real quick, and that's my fault. I did a poor job of throwing you the question. Let me try again, though, and say this. One of the problems is they have had Trump in bed with Satan, and they had the episode with Charlie Kirk. We're not blaming South Park. We're not saying that South Park had any part in what happened. We're saying that this is a very awkward situation for them, and maybe the rhetoric has to shift now. They are hyper obsessed with TDS in a way that I've never seen them obsessed with any other political figure this season. All right, Marvin, that was my fault. Take it from there.
I think that they're hyper obsessed with the fact that they lost $1.5 billion in this deal because of the lawsuit and the merger situation. I don't think that they're going after him as anything to do with their personal politics. I think it's all just they're angry. But be that as it may, 27 seasons, they have never missed an episode because they were late on things. And if anything, things are now easier than ever. It's more on autopilot than it's ever been for this show. So I don't buy for a second that they just didn't turn in the episode on time. That doesn't happen. And yes, they do things, pretty last minute, but I don't know, man. This to me immediately smelled fishy. The timing could not have been more suspect. I think that they're trying to give it another week to maybe let the temperature go down, or they had something very divisive, like maybe it was going to be some kind of, Second Amendment episode or something like that. I think that whatever they had planned for the subject matter for tonight, Comedy Central was like, you are not doing this. And you know what? And that's not to say that like, oh, South Park's been like Charlie Kirk was actually entertained, I think, by the episode about him. Like he like laughed about it in good spirits. JD Vance laughed about them mocking him kind of in good spirits as well. So nobody's really like taking the things that they're doing to heart. But yeah, I could definitely see them hitting the wrong note if they did something tonight.
Derek, your thoughts on the idea that maybe what gets me is you could have had, so if this had been planned, I think that Paramount could have come out and said, hey, there's not going to be a South Park episode in respect because he was featured in the season. So we're going to take another week off. The fact that it came out late in the day is what makes me wonder. And as Marvin said, they don't do this, right? There's like 27 years of this not happening. So it makes me wonder, did Paramount say, we're not airing this episode, put it back in the can and make some changes? And maybe this was the best way they could come up with to kind of massage that. What do you think about it, Derek?
Listen, let's just be honest. Like South Park this year has been going off after conservatives, after the Republican Party, the GOP, MAGA, whatever you want to call it. They have been going in trying to, make jokes on their behalf or at them. So I think we're clearly seeing that, we just had a major tragedy in this country. Conservatives are not going to like this episode, and nobody else is probably going to like this episode either. We got to make a change. We got to pull it. We got to do something different. And we're going to make up some sort of an excuse that doesn't say, hey, based on the tragedy, because then everybody's reading into it and saying, okay, there's been a lot of criticism on South Park because it seems like they are attacking one side. And so if they decided to air this episode, it's going to continue that, and then at this particular juncture, I mean, they got to pull the plug. I honestly believe that they said something in that, or there's a phrase maybe, or there's a moment in this episode that was going to be extraordinarily distasteful, and people were going to just go all the way in on South Park and really rip them apart. So I think they made and again, we're speculating, of course, but I think they made a smart decision to say, we're going to delay this episode. We're going to have to throw up something else real quick and put that out, and we'll see that next week. But right now we're just late, and, they're making excuses. But I think it's obvious that they put something in this upcoming episode that they just simply cannot air.
If they'd been honest, it would have said reality ate our homework.
That's a great line.
And there's no doubt that this is Paramount's decision, telling them, no, that's not going on our air. And that's the boss, guys. You think you're your own boss, but you're not.
Well, just to give people an idea of how difficult this is going to be now for Trey Parker and Matt Stone. Lauren, this entire season has been about President Trump being in a romantic sexual relationship with Satan. I think that's hard to continue now. Like, they can do it if their company, if Paramount will allow it, they can do it. But Lauren, it's kind of difficult now, given the shift in the mood of the country for obvious reasons. It's like it's not funny anymore. That's the problem here, right?
This may be the most interesting question I think you've ever asked me. I don't think
is it still,
Lauren, is not the question I expected.
Lauren, is it still humorous for the Orange Man to bed Satan on a cartoon show?
Well, the ridiculousness of it is what makes it funny. And I think that if you try and shift some of that too far, then you lose what gives the show its electricity. So I think that they might still do that, but they got to stay away from anything related to what happened to Charlie going forward.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that Lauren didn't tell you that in episode 43, Darth Maul and Darth Vader had sex.
That's the wrong franchise. Wrong franchise, Luke, but he could do that with Star Wars.
That's exactly that's the kind of Lauren answer that we all know and love. But
I'm not a South Park guy. I don't know that I've ever seen a full complete episode, so I'm probably the wrong guy to ask about what they should do. But knowing the style of their humor, yes, they'll have to change a little bit, but I suspect they'll still go for the parts that they can get away with.
All right, well, we've got one more person on the panel who's not yet weighed in. Butters, what do you think is going on with South Park and Paramount?
Yeah, I guess Paramount kind of grounded us, but we'll be back one day. One day.
All right, folks, we'll leave it there. I know, you want more. You want more of the Pro Channel, folks, but we've got to head out the door for this video. But fret not yet, for more content is yet on the way. 3 times a day, thrice as nice, right here on the Pro Channel. Oh, what's that you say? You want more than that? Fine, we'll do 4. 4 videos. Well, yeah, that's happening. Folks, as you get ready to go, consider clicking the like button for us. It is a huge help. Also, like, share, subscribe, and click it to the algorithms. It is the notification bell. We would also love it if you could drop on down and give us a comment. We love hearing from you. And although we can't respond to every single comment, we often are reading them indeed. Folks, we would encourage you to consider subscribing to our partner channels, that Park Place, that Game Place, and that Pod Place. We love them all. We think you might too. Until the next time we have the joy of joining with you, keep learning, keep growing, and keep having fun.
Jump into the water.
Why listen to music made by people and companies who really don't like you? Check out Vacation Radio today and prepare for all new content made by the people behind the WDW Pro Channel. It's the place you need for all the music. That should be fun.
Want it all, so I give them cannonball. Yeah!
Hundreds of songs, every genre you can imagine. Listen live on YouTube and enjoy a set list that's always sunny. It's Vacation Radio.
Arizona. Pineapple pizza, Hawaiian ice freeze, yeah. Can't wait to be up. 3 days of you and me.
What are you waiting for? Every WDW Pro video has a link to Vacation Radio in the video description. Try it out and subscribe today.